Alright, I'm here with Trojan in the yards, and we've got to a stage where I'm able to start the draw process and get a little bit of body control, as in when I come into his hip, I'm starting to be able to yield that, which is something I wanted to do before I put a rope on him, because it makes the leading process so much easier, not only for me but for them, because they already have a little bit of understanding about how to draw into the pressure rather than away from it. So I'm just going to go in. Good boy. You can see I've got a lasso here, so the goal is to lasso him today and then ultimately work in and get the halter on him. I've chosen to lasso because it's just going to mean I can fast track the process. I've not ever lassoed a wild horse, so he'll be the first guy, but I feel like he's ready for it because his nature is quite relaxed and lovely. If I was to do it with a really wild animal that had come fresh out of the wild that had a very strong flight response, I think it would not be a very sensible thing to do. It wouldn't be very fair on them. So before I begin, I'm just going to say hello. Good boy. Good boy. There we've got a little bit of a fight response, and that's where he's possibly just got a little bit confused, I would have asked. Good boy. Good. All right. Now I'll just get him used to me with the lasso for a little bit and just being able to swing it up around my head. Because ultimately when I get to the stage where I'm throwing the rope over his neck, I want to minimise making him uncomfortable. If at any stage he comes in and draws in, I'm going to back off, take the pressure away. So I'm going to send him out this way. Huh? Sometimes. Good boy. I just want him. I like that he's drawn. Good boy. So he's trying to answer a question that I was asking him the other day. Good boy. Actually, I want you out in a trot. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. So there, I'm just going to let him run. So it's a little bit round his shoulders, but it should come up. Good boy. And then I'm just going to soften the rope a little bit. Okay. So I don't want to trap him in here and pull on him and pull him straight in. I want him to get to the stage where he can get a little bit comfortable about the rope. Good boy. And now I'm going to start seeing if I can good boy. Put a little bit of pressure on the neck. Good boy. Anytime he comes off that pressure or he draws in, have that little bit of a soften. So pressure. Good boy. Good pressure. Good boy. Pressure here. And it's good boy. It's not a lot of pressure because again he's listening very well. If he was just dragging off I might use a bit more, but the thing with wild horses is that they try very hard to listen. Compare that to a domestic horse which might have been shut down a bit and they don't listen so well. So when I'm working with him I try to be as light and quiet as I can. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So if he wants to move his feet, that's fine. I can't do much about it regardless because he is a bit stronger than me. Good boy. Okay. But I want to see if I can start working towards him. He's just wanting to draw in there. Good boy. Good, and then had a bit of a lick of the lips. Now I'm going to start putting a bit more pressure. Good boy. There, that was nice. Whoa. Good, release the pressure. Good boy. And then see if I can just start getting even closer. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. So I'm just waiting for him to ground his feet a little bit and take a bit of a moment to catch his breath and to sort of process what's going on, because you can obviously see he's a little bit confused about why he's got a rope around his neck. Good boy. And every second I'm getting a little bit closer and hopefully we can work in and get our hands on him. I might see if I can go direct the hip and at the same time put a bit of pressure on his neck. If he leaves, I'm just going to keep the pressure on. Good. Keep the pressure on. Good. That was enough of an answer. He didn't draw it in, but he softened off the pressure. So here I've got the pressure. Good boy. Good job. Good. All done. Now I'm going to bring him back this way. Good. So what's cool about this process here as well, is hopefully it will start to prepare him. Good. One, how to come off pressure, but two, to start the leading process. There, good boy. Good, I softened there because he softened off the pressure. Good boy. Put a bit more pressure on him. I ultimately want to see if I can get that rope. There we go. Good job. Very good. Good boy. Good boy. So at the moment you can see he's stressed by the rope around his neck because he doesn't understand yet how to work off the pressure or even what the pressure is. But the moment he gets that, there should be a big change in his body language. Oh, good boy. So what they have to form in their brain is enough associations to connect the dots of what we're trying to ask them. And at the moment, as I apply pressure, like there, he doesn't quite yet understand that by coming off the pressure and softening is the right answer. He sometimes does it by accident, I think. Good. There, he softened. Good. Good boy. Well done. So he's had a little bit of a moment there where he kind of looked at me and kind of his whole body expression softened a little bit. I'm going to let him just relax down there. He's kind of doing an avoidance thing where he's just trying to put his mind somewhere else. Good boy. So again, same as when I asked the draw, anytime he puts those eyes on me or his body language towards me, I draw back. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good boy. So there, pressure. Nice, good man. And hopefully as he starts to realise that, there we go, that when the pressure gets applied and he draws in, I take the pressure away, he'll start to relax down about it because he finally starts to understand what I'm asking of him. So there, pressure, soften, nice, good boy. I'm going to see if I can actually get him to take a step towards me. Good. Started to bring his energy over. Good boy. That was a really nice answer. Good. Good boy. Very cool. And let him ground and take a bit of a moment to catch his breath, to figure out what I'm asking of him. I'm going to see if I can just start to bring him towards me. Good, that was nice. So he brought his head towards me. Good. Good man. So I do try to use my voice quite a lot in quite a monotone way because it's just a very straightforward reward, and quite often every time he gets it right, he gets the release of my hand plus my voice. And so the moment they hear me use those words, that helps cement the idea in their brain a little quicker. Good. Well done. So there he's starting to bring his attention back to me, so I'm just quietly retreating. And I'm going to check me out for a second. I'm going to let him check me out. Good boy. Good boy. Whoa. And now I'm going to quietly work up the rope. See if I can get my hands on his neck. Good boy. Oh. He left, but he stopped. So I don't mind that at all. Good boy. So I have to be very careful about reading his body language now, because there's very subtle signs in his body of tension. And if I push too quick through those layers, or I don't respect those smaller warning signs, he's going to leave in a hurry. He's very unlikely of going into a fight response right now, because his energy just doesn't feel that way. Good boy. But I imagine he would quickly turn and leave. Good boy. So there, I just touched his neck a little bit. I'm going to turn him around. Sorry, bud. Good boy. So I don't want to punish him, good boy, for leaving, because he had a bit of a fright, but I want to correct, good boy. So when I'm working with the horses, it's never a punishment, it's a correction. If it's a punishment, it's because my emotions are involved and I'm unable. Normally it's because you've lost information on what to do in that situation. Good. A correction is just saying, no, not what I meant. Yes, that's awesome. So that was lovely. Good boy. Good boy. Well done. Good. Good boy, there we go. I like that he's grounded and he's standing still. He's doing a bit of a release. Good boy. Good man. So every answer he gives me that's starting to move in the right direction, or is a really big try for him, it's super important you reward that. Oh. Good boy. Good man. Every time he's bringing his attention back to me. I didn't mind that because he could have left and he came back. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So for whatever reason he's presented in front to me, and so that's how I'm going to attempt to catch him right now. I'll touch him right now before I was going for the neck. Good boy. Good. Good boy. I've got my fingers on his jaw right now, and I'm going to keep them there. And you can just see his energy really starting to come down, and that's that realisation that this is the first proper contact I've had on him. Good boy. Just be careful if it hits that half-hour mark, it will stop again. Good boy. Whoa. Good. So I have to be reading when he genuinely steps into that scared response. Good boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good. So there I'm touching him again. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I'm touching his jaw again. Good boy. And that's a really nice release with the licking of the lips, and his whole demeanour starting to really soften. Good. So there where his posture becomes quite big, he's genuinely worried about the question, and so then I have to go back to taking smaller answers. You're okay. Good boy. Oh. Good. There, he sniffed me, so I'll always reward that. Good. Oh. Good boy. Oh, let's have a release. So I'm trying to give him as much time as possible between what I'm asking of him, so that he's got time to process and to come to let down again in his body. Good, or else he actually isn't allowing me. I'm just forcing it on him. Good, that was nice. That's okay. Good boy. Another lick of the lips. So this is the Stallion's very first touch. Well, about 10 minutes ago. Although I think I might have touched him on there slightly, I think. This is his first proper touch. Good boy. So I've gone under his chin there because I'm going to have to go under his chin to get the halter on him. I'm also going to have to get 2 hands on him to get the halter on him. These are all things I didn't consider well when I started this. So there I've got 2 hands on him for the first time. Good boy. I'm just going to let him relax down on there. And give him a little bit of out time. And I'm going to see now if I can get the halter on him. So we typically wouldn't leave them in a rope, but I will change it once I've got this on him. But I'll leave him, he'll stay. Whoa. Good boy. Good boy. Oh. Good boy. So I've got the tail of the... Whoa, good boy. That was nice. Just a little soften down over his head. The hardest part is going to be, I don't know how well you guys can see me, good boy, is getting this over his nose. We'll see how we go. Good boy. So typically, I'll see if I can turn him. Good boy. Typically when we put the halter on, good, and we're training a young horse or a wild horse how to put their nose through it, anytime their nose starts to move towards the halter, we retreat it. So we go here, the moment, there we go. Good, if he brings his energy back, good boy. Even if it's slightly. Good, if he touches it, that's even better. You're right. Good boy. Whoa. Good boy. Good boy. There, he just had a really nice lick of the lips, so I'm going to give him a bit of a break. Good boy. Good, so let him finish that. I'm going to come up around. There, we've got his nose through it. He's still a little bit unsure. He's got his inside ear cocked on me, so I just have to be very careful and quiet. Good boy. Whoa. Whoa. Good boy. I'm going to get a rope on him quick just so I can take the lasso off, and then I can slide up the rope and let him out. Good boy. You did it. And then it also means that if the halter's a fraction loose, I can just readjust it. Good, now the tricky part is getting the lasso off his head, and then we're done. Good boy, you're so good. And he's really starting to become so much softer when I touch him now, which is great. So I'm just going to feed this through. Still recording. Thank you. And it's probably going to give him a little bit of a fright. Good boy. Good boy. Because it's going up over his ears, which is never nice for them. Good boy. Well done. Ultimately, I can get it good. I just need to maybe even make that a little bit bigger. I want to see if I can just pop his head through it, so I'm not having to drag it over his ears. Good boy. Whoa. Almost there. There we go. Good boy. It's off. And then I'll see if I can just. Good man. Good boy. Good boy. All right, I'm just going to tighten up his halter and then let him out. Ooh. Actually, what I will do is I might leave the lead rope on him for a little bit and he can get used to dragging something. Good boy, but I'll just tighten this up. Good boy. There we go.